Hey everyone, welcome to Market Watch for the week of December 27th to January 2nd. I'm Jason Zwolak of the Zwolak Group with First Team and Christie's International Real Estate. I hope you all had a fantastic holiday, had a happy new year, and are ready to kickstart 2020. For those of you that are new to the show, so each week I take a look at what's happening in the Orange County and Irvine real estate market. I take a look at it as a whole, and then we break it down into a couple categories. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump right in. So what we saw in Orange County for the last week was we saw 450 homes sell versus 697 the prior week. This is completely expected at this time of year when you go in between Christmas and the New Year. There's not a lot of homes closing just because of holidays. People may be out of town. So that seeing that dip isn't surprising at all. The average days on market was 55 days. The average sales price of $886,338. Average list price of $909,855, and a list to sold price, list to sold percentage, of 97.4%. So we saw a little bit of changes from last week to this week, especially in the homes sold. But again, nothing to nothing to make us panic or anything like that. It's just the time of year that, and that's the reason we saw that drop. And we will definitely, I'm expecting to see that in the Irvine market outlook as well. So let's take a look at that. So in Irvine, over the course of the last week, we saw 37 homes sell versus 65 the week prior. So you can see that similarity to the Orange County market continues into the Irvine market as well. The average days on market were 68 versus 67 the week prior, so they're pretty much the same, with an average price of just under $1.1 million, with an average list price of just over $1.1 million. The list to sold average was 96.2%. So solid market. We saw a little dip in the number of homes sold, but that is typical of this time of year. I don't think it's anything to really panic about, especially as we move into the new year. I think we're going to see a real hot market in the beginning of the year. We're going to see more homes. There's not as many homes in the market at that time. I think buyers are going to be out there. I think we're going to see some more bidding wars. I think it's a really good time to be a seller, and as a buyer, you just need to be strategic. So each week, once I take a look at the market as a whole like that, then I break it down into three sections. The three sections that we're going to look at: first-time home buyer, step-up, luxury. So the first-time home buyer is from $0 to $750,000. So let's take a look at that. So in the first-time home buyers market, again, which is $0 to $750,000, the active homes on the market we have 108 homes currently, and that's compared to 101 last week. So we saw a little increase there. The average days on market, 82 versus 80 last week. So we did see that come down just slightly. The number of homes sold, we had 14 sell this week, and we had 23 homes sold last week. So again, a lot of similarities to what happened in Irvine as a whole. We're seeing not as many homes sell just at this time of the year with Christmas and New Year's. So now we're going to take a look at the step up category, which is from $750,000 to $1.25 million. So we call this the step-up category because typically we find people that are moving up to maybe their second home out of a smaller condo or townhome or a smaller single-family residence, and they're moving into their next step. They're taking their next step, so it's a step-up home. So the active homes right now, 192 homes on the market versus 205 last week, so we did see a little bit of a dip. The average days on market up slightly at 77. 79, up from 77 from last week. And the home sold, right along everything else that we've seen, everything staying the same. We saw a dip down from 29 homes sold last week to 15 homes sold this week. And again, I don't think it's anything to really panic about. It's just the time of year. So now that we've looked at first-time home buyer and we've looked at step up, now we take some time to look at the luxury side of things. What's happening in the luxury market? Now this market is a little bit different compared to the others because the buyer pools are a lot smaller. I talk about this each week. When you have the less number of buyers that you have looking at a property, the longer it's going to sit on the market, longer it's going to take to sell, and you may have to do some price reductions before you find that right buyer that's going to be the right fit for your house. So we find that these homes take longer to sell, and sometimes their list to sold averages are a little bit higher than the other two categories. So let's take a look at what's happening in luxury. So in the Irvine luxury buyer market, which we list as anything over 1.25 million, we had 175 homes that are currently on the market. That is down from 187 last week. The average days on market, roughly the same, 117 this week versus 118 last week. We actually had 8 homes sell this week, and that was versus 13 that sold last week. So we really see the same similarities as we move through each of these categories and to the market of the whole as a whole. We really saw a drop in the number of homes sell. And again, I really want to reiterate, it's nothing to do with a panic that there's not as many buyers out there. I think it's just really this time of year. When you go between Christmas and New Year's, like a lot of people may not want to close, they're on vacation, they're out with their family. It's not a time to really close on a property. So I think that's all we have to really attain that to. And moving into 2020, again, I think it's going to be a hot market, and I'm going to do another video really on what to expect in 2020. I'm going to hopefully get that out this week, so keep an eye out for that. So each week, once we get through these categories, I also take a time to let's talk about interest rates. As always, I want to thank Patty Carpenter for our lender with Prime Lending. She always helps us out and gets these rates over to us. So let's take a look at what's happening in the interest rates world. So the conforming 15-year fixed was 3.625%, staying right around the same with an annual percent of 3.673%. The conforming 30-year fixed is 3.99% with an APR of 4.038%. The conforming 7-1 ARM, so the variable, is 3.375% with 3.889% APR. And remember, now that we're into 2020, those conforming limits have gone up, which is fantastic. So they went up about 50 grand in Orange County. So really happy about that. Really great for first-time home buyers. Really excited about helping our first-time home buyers out this year. The jumbo 30-year fix is 3.5% with 3.594% APR. The jumbo 7-1 ARM is 3% with a 3.68% APR. The FHA 30-year fixed, 3.375% with a 4.213% APR. And of course, for all of our veterans out there, the VA 30-year fixed, 3.375% with a 3.441% APR. And I need to also touch base on the construction loans that we talked about. They're right around 4% right now. So that is something that you always want to look at, because that is something that you may be able to take advantage of if you want to fix up a home that you're looking at buying. You can might be able to lump some of those construction costs into your mortgage, which is amazing. So that's what's happening in the market right now. Just hope you guys, again, had a great new year. And I think I'm really excited about 2020. I think it's going to be a fantastic year. I think it's going to be great for our sellers. I think it's going to be great for our buyers as well. I think it's really going to be, as long as you have a good strategy, and we always do with our buyers, but as long as you come up with a good strategy and you know what to look for, and you know ways of winning those battles, if you will, with negotiation and whatnot, I think it's going to be a good time to be a buyer getting to the market. Rates are still low. Conforming loan limits went up. It's an exciting time. It's definitely an exciting time. So hopefully you guys like the show. If you are interested in this weekly show that I put on, make sure you subscribe and then hit the bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. I try to get them out every Friday or Saturday to try to get them out there. A little bit behind today. This weekend was a little bit hectic, so that's why I'm trying to get this out. I'm getting this out on Sunday, but it's really just to help you, and so that you have a finger on the pulse of the market and you know what's going on. So So if you have any questions, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. As always, we're here to help in any way that we can. We hope you guys have a fantastic 2020. Again, Happy New Year. And until next week, take care, everybody.